All right, you two, thanks for coming back. We got myself in some trouble, I guess you could say, with the wife. So you gotta like, share, and subscribe this video and help me get out of it. But I got playing around on the internet, and what did I do? I accidentally bought a boat at auction. And you're like, how do you accidentally buy a boat at auction? Well, it was one of those deals that I just put a bid on it. I know I'm gonna lose, but I just wanted to see how the process would go as far as bids and all that. Well, guess what? I ended up putting the highest bid on, even though I really didn't want it, but I got it. The biggest problem is the trailer. So here's what we got with the trailer. The tongue is broke right here, and it's about ready to crack all the way across. So what I got to do is weld all this back together, because when we tow it, it ends up looking like that. I shouldn't be able to bend it even with my hand. So, all right, as you can tell, I don't know if I can bend this or not, but you can see where it's split. The way it's split right off the end of this brace. How that split, I don't know. The only thing I can think of is somebody tried to tow it without this safety pin in, or the cross bolt in, and then allow it to break up. It's been welded here too. This is where I see it crack on the internet. And what I think it is it's right at the end of this inside brace, cracking here and then cracking in there. What I'm gonna do today is just temporary weld it so I can move it around my yard, because I'm leaving and going out of town for a month. And basically what I want to spin it in the yard, because my yard's at a slant, turn it around in the yard so it's facing downhill so the rainwater won't get in it, or if it does get in it, it'll drain out. We got a cover for it, but I need to get this fixed so I can tow it around my yard. So I'm gonna grind this crack down, bevel it, squeeze it back together, and run a bead across it. And when I come back from out of town, I want to rebuild this whole front end. And I'm thinking about welding this up solid on the trailer, and then it'll just get the breakaway tongue that folds sideways. The way this tongue breaks down, it breaks down and then slides back into the trailer. That's why it had this slide loop, and that's why I think somebody towed it without this pin, which broke the tongue right here. So let me get it all set up, and we'll be right back to welding. Alrighty, now it's time to push it together and weld that. Alright, so there it is. Temporary welding, grind it down a little bit so I can get it back into the trailer, put the cross pin in it. Man, I didn't want to put that thing back in there, but I'm going to have to just to tow it. I think I'll just leave the brake out. As you can tell, I'm just gonna weld this all the way around, and that should stiffen this up for right now. Might actually just replace this whole piece. It looks like I can cut it out in there and pull this whole piece out. All right, there you go. Temporary welded. I just gotta smooth these edges out a little bit so it'll slide back inside the trailer tongue. All right, so you got this little bar that goes up and it slides into this track that's up here. And it's what holds it in the trailer when it's sitting there not being used. So, and then you slide it all the way up. And you put your pin in it. And I'll say another reason why. I need to grind more off. Another reason why I was thinking about just making this a breakaway tongue like the newer trailers is if you look right here, this is all bent up from where they towed it with it being broke. So this could be fixed. I just have to split it here and here and then hammer it back down and weld it. And then what I would do is come back around and put a bigger strap on it to hold it around the outer edge. There it is. Temporary fix like a rock.